How did practice go today?
It was good. I thought we bounced around. We had a lot of energy today.
When Gordon came here, I think he was under 200 pounds. I think you guys have him around 210 now. How important was getting some weight and picking up some strength?
Oh, it's important. He might be under 200 now. I don't know. He looks like he might have grown an inch, though. I don't know what he weighs, but he's in the best shape he's ever been in.
Do you remember when he first came on your radar?
Yeah, it was late. It was late. We were looking for another quarterback, and he really didn't have a lot going. But then, as soon as we offered him, he came. So.
Do you remember your first impressions of him?
It seemed like a confident guy. I really liked the way he played. I mean, the reason he's been overlooked was he was viewed as undersized coming out of high school. But he always threw the ball well, and from what I understand, even played shortstop there at JC too. We liked him from the beginning, and then he's gotten better as time's gone on.
Coach, what jumps out on film as far as New Mexico State goes?
Well, they got a lot of new faces. They've got some fast guys that had some. Good careers at the places they transferred on and from, and then they're kind of an explosive team. They got some strong, fast guys, and they got a good scheme on offense, and so it's every opponent that presents challenges. The most important thing for us is to focus on ourselves and how much better we can get, because that's all you can really control. So.
They kind of struggled on defense last season. Is there anywhere, as far as their defense goes, that you're thinking you can exploit on Saturday night?
Well, just execute. We got to execute our stuff. We got to worry about our stuff. I don't think they're going to change what they do scheme-wise on defense. I think they'll play better, though.
Is there a change in energy with these guys, knowing that it's game week and they're really starting to prepare for an opponent other than going against each other?
Yeah, I think in college. They really ought to let you scrimmage somebody else, because that period becomes kind of long. I think 4 preseason games is too much, but it'd be nice to have a mixed practice or somebody. So yeah, everybody's looking forward to it.
How have you kind of seen the progression of that secondary, the defense? Obviously, you've got some guys trying to fill some spots, but how do you see it?
It's still coming together. Still, I think, a work in progress. We've got good candidates. We've got guys that do good things. They're tall, aggressive, and fast, and we just got to get them playing together.
With what Coach Plays was able to do last year with the defense, how much confidence do you kind of have, no matter what situation you're in right now, what he can do as games go on?
Well, I have a lot of confidence in him. He's the right guy and a brilliant guy, and his whole track record suggests that. So, they'll do everything they can and coach him well, and I expect him to play well.
Anything you try to put out there for your team? Obviously, season openers, crazy things can happen. Arizona and Hawaii are already an example of it. But what do you try to instill in them for mentality-wise to make sure it's crazy?
The most important thing is communicate and execute. Most mistakes are made based on that. You don't want to go out there and play street ball. You got to focus on your job, do your job, and count on the other guy to do his. That may be boring, but that's what needs to take place.
What do you tell a guy like Anthony Gordon who's making his first start as far as mental prep?
Pretty much the same thing I just said. Just do all the stuff he did in practice. Games should pretty much be Tuesday and Wednesday practice.
Is it pretty safe to say that he wouldn't have fallen to you guys had Bender not transferred out that summer? Because I think Anthony was kind of a late offer June, July.
Well, it's safe to say that if Bender didn't transfer, we wouldn't have been looking for a quarterback. So that part's accurate.
Is it pretty rare to offer a quarterback that late? Can you think of another time you've gone into the summer looking for someone?
I forget when we got Gardner. That was end of the year, but not summer. I can't remember. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I'm not sure.
I think within the last week, two Pac-12 quarterbacks backups have entered the transfer portal, and you see it more and more these days where guys who are backups or don't foresee themselves starting kind of enter the portal and find a new opportunity. And Gordon could have been someone who did that, but he chose to stick around and kind of wait his turn and learn behind two pretty good guys. What does that say about his attitude, mentality, and things like that?
Well, he loves Washington State, and he knew he'd have a chance to compete for the starting job, and so yeah. Who else entered the portal?
Jack Sears from USC today, and then Jake Haener from Washington a couple days ago.
All right. Well, so that doesn't do us any good because those guys, it's within conference, so I don't know that we could get them anyway. But anyway, so we're happy with the guys we got.
How excited are you for this time of season? I mean, is this you get into your routine, your walks to campus? I'm sure you're really looking forward to press conferences with us on Mondays.
Yeah, that'll be absolutely fabulous. But it is routine. The good part about the season is that you do hit a routine, and so we've been in it for kind of a week, and so I think that's helpful for everybody. And I also think it helps you get better. I think it helps you improve. You rep less people, but I think it helps you polish some things out.
What do you feel like New Mexico State's at their best?
When they play together, I mean, I don't have a great answer. Just when they play together, and when they don't get, distracted by something. But if they play together, they're really tough. They're kind of a physical group, and they've got some explosive guys, and so, that's the biggest thing.
Coach, New Mexico State's one of the few FBS schools in the country that doesn't have a conference that they're playing. They play an independent schedule. What are your thoughts on just, conferences, and are there maybe advantages to playing an independent schedule?
I don't think there is anymore. There used to be, but when they added so many teams to these conferences, it's pretty hard because it's hard to piece together a schedule.
You've kind of talked in the past about the depth of the Pac-12 and how you think 1 to 12 it's probably better than any other conference, but the last 2 years they haven't had anyone in the playoff. Do you think it's necessary for the conference to put a team in the 14 playoff this year and into dread, or do you think people make too much of that?
Well, there's a lot more to those playoffs than just playing your way on there, because there's a lot of politics that goes into that. So, I think they need to mitigate that. I think they need to have at least 16 teams, hopefully more.
Mike, did you happen to get any familiarity at all with New Mexico State when Mummy coached there?
I know what Las Cruces is like. I know what the campus is like. As far as anything beneficial, right now there's really nothing.
You guys good with Coach?